Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed your time off and are looking forward to getting back to teaching swimming and continuing the great work we achieved in 2024. We are jumping into cycle 2 of our scheme of work, and this Huddle video will cover all lessons from the 2nd to the 12th of January, which are weeks 1 and 2. During this time, we will see many of our swimmers returning, and they may be changing to a different day or time for their lesson to fit into their new timetable. We will also be welcoming new children who may be complete non-swimmers or already be able to swim. Foundation classes are working on their front paddle for both weeks 1 and 2. Reds are working on their body position and leg kick, and we are looking for a flat body position with faces near the water blowing bubbles and long legs with an alternating kick. We can add an underwater arm action if they are ready. Ambers are practicing their front paddle with a strong reach in front, pulling the water back and under their tummies. And greens are developing their front crawl, pushing the water back to the hip and bringing their arms over the water on recovery. Development groups are focusing on breaststroke for all lessons. We are making sure that bronze swimmers have a symmetrical kick with feet turned out before adding the arm action. Silvers are working on their breaststroke arm action and adding breathing. And gold can move on to work on their breaststroke timing once you feel they are able. The contrasting activities for foundation in week 1 are safe entries and exits, which include a swivel entry for reds and jumping in for ambers and greens. Ensure that the water depth for these jumps is a minimum of 1 metre for ambers and 1.2 metres for greens. In week 2, reds and ambers will be working on floating on their backs, whilst greens are attempting a sequence of floating shapes without standing up. Development's contrasting activities are also entries in week 1, and these are compact jumps for bronze with arms over the chest and straddle entries for silver and gold. In week 2, bronze and silvers are sinking under the water and performing a strong push and glide away from the wall, whilst golds are diving in and holding their underwater glide. Remember that the minimum depth for teaching diving in our pools is 1.8 metres. So if your pool is not deep enough for diving, your gold swimmers can also practice their sink and push and glides and transition into swimming. Your focus area for these weeks is to ensure that all children are assessed. This can be an initial assessment for new swimmers, whilst our returning swimmers should be assessed on the stroke and skill they have been practicing during their lessons. That's it from me for now. I hope you enjoy your first week back, and I will see you next week.